Today, I chat with rapper AV out of Kansas City, Missouri. I'm your host, Rick J., and this is Spotlight on the Arts. Welcome to Spotlight on the Arts. I'm your host, Rick J., visiting with rapper AV out of Kansas City, Missouri today. Please join me in welcoming rapper AV. So good to have you back with us.
Oh man, I appreciate y'all having me back, man. I'm excited to bring y'all guys up to date on what I got going on.
Yes, we've visited last about 23 months ago, January of 2019. So much has happened these last 23 months since you've been on the program, and I'm going to ask you to basically bring us up to date with the viewers on the past. But for those new viewers, I'd like to ask you to tell the new viewers, look at the camera, and let them know a little bit about AV, how you got started and where you was raised, etc. So,
Okay, my name is AV. I'm a local Kansas City, Missouri artist. I actually started writing poems and short stories in elementary. That's what really gave me the passion to, do music. And after a while, I actually wrote my first song and actually recorded it. And, when I first heard my voice on the track, it was just amazing. I was like, wow, it just made me want to do more. So, after a while, I just started recording more tracks, and I actually got my first show was at 18th and Vine. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that.
Yes, I know 12th and Vine. I have
Yeah,
experience at 12th
so,
and Vine.
I mean, once I got on that stage and got to experience the crowd and just the energy, it was just like, wow, it just blew my mind. So that really made me want to become an entertainer. That's what really inspired me to do that, so yeah.
So you're an entertainer first and a rapper second, you might say.
Yeah.
And that all comes from your sense of writing poetry.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand too, our last visit was really inspired by your mother, who was 100% behind you.
Right, yeah. Yeah, my mom was always behind my music a lot. When I first wrote my poems and actually shared it with her, she was real proud. And I actually wrote a few songs, for my mother that haven't been released yet. I mean, they old songs, but I'm actually working on, doing more music and, touching on bases by my mother and stuff like that.
So now, you have lost your mother of cancer, and so now she's looking down on us again today.
Oh yeah, that's my guardian angel, man.
Yes, yes. So, well, the past 24 months, what really stands out in your mind of some of the events? I know after the show, within 2 or 3 weeks, you was in New York City.
Right.
So tell us about that.
That was that was a real exciting trip. Right after the show, someone had, I guess, seen the interview that we did.
Yes.
And they actually reached out to me on Instagram, and they was like, hey man, I liked your interview, I saw your music, and we want you to come down to the Bronx, so.
Yes.
Shout outs to Video City, man. If y'all watching this, I appreciate y'all. They shot me a DM and they was like, come out. And what they do is kind of like how you guys do it here. They shine the spotlight on local artists everywhere in the Bronx and, the local areas and different cities and stuff. And they basically do interviews and do a little countdown on their show. And, they put my video on their countdown, and it was aired on, the Bronx. I think it's in the Bronx, or it might be in New Jersey, if I ain't mistaken, where they air the videos and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was a great experience. Me and my girl, we drove all the way out there. It was it was 24-hour drive, if I ain't mistaken.
Yeah. Non-stop.
Non-stop.
And the adrenaline got higher.
As soon as I got there, I had to go in and straight get them behind the camera. So
I know the feeling, AV.
And then after the interview, I met an interesting, guy His name is Bounce. And he actually helped me get inside the XXL magazine. You know.
WXL magazine,
Yeah,
yes,
so-
I've been following that.
Right,
on-
so that trip really helped me a lot, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate them having me on the show. And I definitely appreciate you guys too,
Well,
because
thank you.
it's like a stepping stone.
Rick
you know?
J Presents now.
Yeah,
That's what I like to do best. I have done that in the past in my a few years in the business, starting about 1982 actually, booking a major talent throughout the United States, meeting major talent. So I get really inspiration from finding talent and helping them out all I can.
Right.
So it's great to have you back, as I mentioned
Appreciate
before.
it.
Now, are there any changes in your rap message since we visited the last and your performances?
No.
Change your style at all, your message?
Well, as far as musically, I'm versatile, but as far as like my message through my music, I think it's the same as far as like when we last met. My message is, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. You know, I come from the slums. I come from, the, you know, if you want to say the hood or whatever.
Right. Now we're going to ask you for a word of inspiration after the break. So, I know you can guide them along the way. So, any other awards or acknowledgments that we have missed that we haven't talked about since our last visit?
See, I don't know if you heard of the Kansas City Music Awards.
Yes.
They kind of just started it a little bit. It's probably
Yes.
been out for probably about a couple of years, but I just came across that, so it's like I came at the end of it to where I was not able to get myself submitted.
Yes.
So I didn't get a chance to get any awards on that note, but as far as like my 2 EPs that I dropped since, you know, we last met, you know, I had did the Misery Loves Company.
Yes.
And then after that, I had did 3316.
Yes.
And 30's Baby, which, you know, I'm pretty proud, you know, it reached 200,000 streams, both EPs. So,
yes.
I mean, I'm pretty proud that, you know, I was able to get that type of engagement from people. And if y'all watching this now, I appreciate everybody that's been tuned in and, you know, watching my music and, you know, following me since the beginning.
And tell the viewers where they can watch these streams. I know I've...
Oh yeah, of course. If you go, you can just go straight to Google and type in A-V. You can put in A-V 30's Baby or A-V 3316. That's 30's Baby is 30Z Baby, and then 3316 is the number 3316, and you can put in A-V. You should be able to find it everywhere. iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Tidal, all the streaming platforms.
So would you say that at this point you're on your way
I mean,
to
yeah.
higher levels?
Yeah, see, 2018 and 2019 was like a good year for me, you know. But I kind of like look into the future and like I want to do things on a larger scale. You know, I want to advance, you know, I want to evolve. So
exactly.
And
so you laid a great foundation.
And I laid a great foundation.
And now we're going to take it to the next level.
We got to take it to the next level, yeah.
I understand that 100%. I've been encouraged and that's why you see the change in the format. And Rick J now presents, no longer at JCTV. So it's Rick J Presents under J Rick Productions.
Right.
So we're reaching back into my, shall we say, 30 years ago when I was promoting and booking major talent.
So this is like your anniversary kind of?
Yes, yes. So
okay, we're going to have to celebrate, man.
Taking it back to the next level, yes.
We're going to have to celebrate.
Yes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, AV, we must take a break, so please make yourself comfortable while you look at these special messages. When we come back from the break, rapper AV, entertainer, will share much more with us, his plans for the future as we look forward to the year 2021. There's so much more here on Spotlight of the Arts, so stay with us. We'll be right back.
30s.
Welcome back, everyone, to Spotlight on the Arts. I'm Rick G., your host, and we continue our chat discussion and getting back together with entertainer, rapper AV out of Kansas City, Missouri. Well, AV, we talked about a lot that first segment. So let's continue a little bit on those lines of thought and expression, but take a solid look into the future, I guess we could say.
Okay.
With the pandemic situation going on right now, what are your plans for the final months of 2020 and 2021?
With the pandemic situation, I guess all I can say is, just like everybody else, I'm just trying to, stay safe and,
Staying safe and healthy, laying a foundation.
Right, wearing
for
my mask
comes for 2021, 2022.
Yeah, but, with the pandemic situation, it's kind of hard to, because I want to kind of do more shows and,
Yes.
start hitting that stage a little bit more. So we'll see, what the near future brings with this pandemic situation.
I know I book talent. I'm unable right now to book talent. That's from Nashville,
Yeah.
wherever to Missouri. It's very hard to book. So we'll just put it on hold and try to keep the people informed
Right.
through my Instagram and what have you.
Yeah.
I know we follow you closely there. So the itinerary is basically open. And if someone sees that they would like to have you start up entertainer for their occasion, we'll give you contact information that comes about. Can you give the viewers a general idea of what it takes to produce a new album or a rap selection, a record, and what that entails a little bit?
Oh, okay. Well, for me, I like to start with the beat. With the instrumental. And I have a lot of different producers sending me beats and stuff like that. Shout outs to Will Jeffrey. I appreciate you, bro. Shout outs to INF. There's two different producers that send me beats, but I start out with the beat, and what I do is I kind of freestyle a little bit, kind of harmonize and kind of get an idea in my head, and then that's when I kind of come up with the chorus.
Right.
And once I come up with the chorus, that's when I write the verse. A lot of people do it different nowadays, Nowadays, they like to go inside the studio and do what they say is like punching in. So what you do is, you go in there and freestyle off your head, and then once you mess up, then you'll stop and then punch back in where you left off at.
Yes.
And that's how they create a record. But me personally, since I've been writing poems and short stories, I like to write still. So I freestyle the chorus and write the verse, and then once I write the verse, that's called, once you do that, you have your song.
Yes.
That's called the writing process.
Right.
So you take the writing, what you wrote, and you take it to the studio.
Right.
And then, you record, you do your vocals, your raw vocals, your special effects, have you. That's called the recording process.
Yes.
After you get everything recorded, then you go back in the studio and you make sure, it's called mixing and mastering, where you go back and you make sure everything is leveled out, your voice is real crisp. And once you complete that, you got your song. And then if you want to make an album, you just, repeat that until you got 10 songs, and there you go, you got an EP.
Right. Now, you speak of studios that's working with you. Do you have your favorite studio that you want to give a shout out?
Yeah, shout outs to Unlabeled.
I-70 label is?
Well, yeah, I-70 is my little label that I created back in, 2018, I think I started it, 2018, so yeah. I'm the CEO, so shout outs to me, shout outs to I-70, but shout outs to the recording studios too, Unlabeled, FSP, KC, you got Wood Grain, you got a lot of those pretty great, recording studios. So, yeah.
I see, okay, excellent. Right now you have brought a record or a selection that we're going to share now with the viewers. Can you tell us a little bit about this? Do me a radio DJ entry for
Okay.
this selection you're going to share with us.
Okay, we got this new record. It's Dead Ops featuring Sauce Gohan. He's a known artist in Texas and Chicago. I flew all the way out there to do the record. It's a pretty good record, man. Y'all go check it out. And, you know, tell me what y'all think.
All right, let's go to that selection.
You make motherfucking pot, still ain't do nothing. You pump faking with that gun, you ain't gon' shoot nothing. How the hell you get shot to make a diss track? You should be locked in the streets, getting get back. Put a bag on your head like I'm Gohan. Pussy niggas see the light like it's showtime. I'ma go ape shit when it's about mine. I'ma smoke an all pack on cloud 9. Nigga still talking shit like he won't die. When your partner gets smoked, nigga don't cry. Nigga tryna label me like I'm the bad guy. Call me Tony Todd, welcome to the dark side. Say my name 5 times, I'm the Kenny man.
Pop up in your dreams with the Freddy hand.
All that talking on the neck, get you touched up. Snake dissing on the gang, get you fucked up. I be really with some killers, they don't say much. Hit your block with the ball, get it tapped up. Bitch, I really got the sauce, I be piped up. If the bitch fuck with me, then she looked up.
I be with a bad bitch, get big bucks. Heard your partner got shot, you ain't do nothing.
Go. Heard your partner got shot, you ain't do nothing. I be in the field like the troops hunting. You a pussy ass nigga, boy, you poop hunting. 23 shots in the clock, I'ma shoot some. Don't spin again on the ops like the truth comes. 36 dancing on my wrist, that's a whole brick. I ain't gotta talk about shit, I'ma get red. In the NASCAR riding with your main bitch. Call me NASA, higher than a plane bitch. In the Billy Moose, saying that's a spaceship. Got your bitch sucking dick on the day shift. We gon' get the packs right back, ain't no late shit. Hit a op in his head, make his face lift. In the year on the block, made 250. I'm in the neighborhood, P. Diddy. Ain't no other niggas fucking with me. We gon' keep the shit coke, nigga, red city. And my pockets all red fit. Red dot on his top, now his head in. Headshot in his body, gon' fall with him. Boy, we really in the field, nigga. Boy, we really keep still, nigga. I'ma stay 10 toes, kinda meal, nigga. Go.
That was great, AV. I
Appreciate
think
it.
that really speaks well for your entertainment and rap style. And speaking of style, what would you call your style? I think you mentioned a keyword earlier. What would you call your style of rap?
I would like to call my style of rap, it's versatile. Cause, well, I wanna say 2 things. I wanna say it's versatile because I like to do different styles of rap, different songs, different topics. Like, I don't like to do like one type of sound or one type of topic or type of genre. Like, in the near future, you might see me do a record with a pop artist. You might see me do a record with a rock artist. You know, like, I like to be real versatile, so that's what I'll call it. But, and another word that I'll call it is like aggressive rap, because it's like, when I get in the booth, it's like I kind of attack the mic like a lion on a zebra.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of attack the mic, so that's what I call it.
Now, you mentioned freestyle. How does that tie into your freestyle that you shared with me the last time?
Yeah, freestyle. Well, I used to freestyle a lot when I was young, you know, but what I do on the record, well, when I do on the choruses, I freestyle.
I see.
Know? So I wouldn't necessarily call it freestyle because I don't really.
So you're more or less scripted now.
Yeah.
Knowing what you're going to try to lay down.
Right.
And so it's just.
I like to be prepared, you know.
Sporadic. You know you're prepared, and your message can go out. Okay.
So yeah, I say versatile and aggressive.
Versatile and aggressive. All right. Well, now, would you share your website, email, phone, whatever, where people can get a hold of you for to schedule major events, what have you?
Okay, yeah, if you want to book AV, you can email me at pressureinc33@gmail.com, or you can DM me on Instagram at @A_VI70. Just hit me up in the DM, I will respond if you want to get some merch. I got the Pressure shirts, the I-70 merch. If you want any merch, DM me or email me, I'll respond as soon as possible. Okay,
very good. Well, AV, in the business, I've watched so many that have been inspired to be an entertainer in different fields of entertainment. You naturally, as an entertainer, using the Rap Foundation. you reach certain levels. I try to tell young artists wherever they're trying to make a mark that you don't always not always are able to climb to the top, but you can be number one in your area, in the Kansas City area. That's a goal.
Yeah.
If you're mowing grass, you're going to have the best lawn in your neighborhood, and that's a mark. So you're reaching for higher levels,
Right.
and so how to keep a lid on it. I've seen artists that I've worked with in the past. Basically, all of a sudden they see stardom, and it kind of gets to their ego.
Right.
And I always remind them that all stars burn out. We've learned
Yeah.
out. So, how do you keep a lid on? How would you tell a new to get started as an entertainer or rapper, and keep a lid on it? What would you, from your heart, what would you say?
Well, I would say, treat everything kind of like a little bit like a stepping stone a little bit. You don't want to kind of make something too big as far as it's something to where it's so hard to to reach.
Yes.
You don't want to make a goal to where you can't reach it. You want to kind of
Take the steps.
Yeah, take your time and stay, be humble,
Be humble and lay your foundation.
Lay your foundation,
Take a step ahead of
but be
time.
humble.
Yes.
Because like you
humble.
said, a star can burn out. What comes up always comes down. So,
That's
you
right.
got to stay humble, build those relationships, in the business. And that's one thing a lot of people don't know, that you got to build these relationships within the music industry, and, you got to network and
Networking
lay your
is
foundation.
key.
Yeah, networking is the
they'll
key.
find, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, we're about to run out of time. So, do you have any closing words you'd like to pass on to the viewers?
Yeah, like I said, if you it's something out there that you want to do, you got your mind on it, don't wait for it, just go for it. You only got one life to live, man. So, you want to do something. It doesn't matter if you want to be a firefighter, a rapper, a police officer, whatever you want to do, put your mind to it, and, don't stop doing it. Just keep doing it, and just try to be the best that you can be, and stay humble, and,
Okay, well, very good, AV. AV rapper from 18th and Vine, his first stage, as we call it in the business. So it's been great once again visiting with you, chatting with you, and you contributing to Spotlight on the Arts. It's really been inspiring once again, and it's really been informational and educational in a sense for the viewers. So your closing words.
Okay, I appreciate Rick J Productions for having me, and I'll see y'all next time. 30s!